Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen up, my snipers. Today, we're going to be going over the analysis and we will also be going over the new crypto news related to Turbo. So, yes, another small win and victory on board, which we'll dive into just a second. In this video, we are going to be breaking down multiple things, some of the price action, and of course, the new news, but also worst case scenario for this coin. Listen, right? First things first, let's just jump right into news. We can see that Turbo has been listed as a pretty much a leverage token on Bitpanda. So pretty much leverage trading is when I would buy a position and have to have stop loss, right? That's how it works. So if I would buy here and I said, okay, my stop is somewhere down here, right? The way it works is pretty much, you know, you get rewarded for every certain amount it moves, but it also, you know, can go the opposite way, right? If you go the wrong direction. So let's say in this instance, I put $1,000 in Turbo and I put in a leverage trade. So pretty much every time I go up a certain amount, you can see at this point it is a 1-to-1 ratio. So I would have made $1,000. If it would have kept going up, I would have made $2,000. And we can see, leverage trading can be beautiful if you know what you're doing. If you have that risk tolerance and mental fortitude, right? You can be making some insane gains, right? Some insane type of ratios. But the problem with leverage trading is, you know, if it didn't go your way, let's say it went, you know, down here and it took you out, you lose that $1,000, right? It's gone. It's like as if you sold your Turbo 40 once it hits the bottom of your box. And I'm explaining this for the people that don't know and the people that are curious about leverage trading. It is very, very dangerous. You can make money very quickly, but you could also lose it very quickly. The difference is when you buy Turbo, you buy a certain amount of supply, right? In terms of spot buyings, right? So even with down here, right? If you bought right now and it went lower and it went down a certain amount, you're just losing a certain percentage, right? You'd be down 23%, but you wouldn't lose anything until you actually sold at a loss. So that is the difference between those two, right? Just to get that out of the way. But listen, nothing else with Turbo News, just the leverage trading we see. They're pretty active. We are almost at 108,000 followers. So make sure to follow the channel. Well, not the channel, well, follow the channel too, but follow the Twitter as it will be helping in the long term. We can see that Turbo is almost at 52,000 holders. We can see we were pretty much growing at a decent pace in January, right? Getting a decent amount of holders per day. Things have slowed down a little bit as Turbo has been dumping. We can actually see that we got to 1,000, or sorry, 51,919 followers on the 22nd, and we actually lost a couple. Now, this isn't really too much of a big concern. People just probably panic sold, right? People that were in Turbo probably just simply panic sold. So it is hence why, it has a little bit less holders now. Not too concerning, losing just a handful of holders. If it lost a couple hundred, then yes, that would be very, very bad signs. But at the moment, nothing to worry about. Overall, right, Turbo is clearly going down. We can see that we are in this weekly order block. And this is a general range where we must hold, right? This is a general range where we must hold because if we do get below 0.0047, it is going to be warning signs because we are going to be going back into this territory that we were all the way back in June and August, right? So that would not be too ideal. Plus, we would break out of the structure. Technically, we are broken out of the structure a little bit, but what really matters is how we close and how we recover, right? I've seen multiple charts, multiple this, multiple that in my lifetime where they break the trend a little bit, but they just kind of do a fake out, right? They do this, and then they go back right up, right? Normal, right? Trend lines aren't meant to be perfect. They're just a general range. So no need to worry about them if you are looking to be buying Turbo, right? I would, recommend now if you don't care too much about the price, or even down to 0.0052. Of course, not a financial advisor, but these are great ranges if you believe the project will be doing well this cycle. Some people think the cycle is over. For me, it's not, right? If I genuinely thought it would be over, I would not be putting in more money. If I do somehow turn out to be wrong, in that 0.0001 category that I am, wrong, I mean, it is what it is. But at the moment, there are no signs. You know, the whole Trump and Milena thing, that definitely took a hit at Turbo, mainly the Milena coin. And overall, we can see in general, coins have been suffering, right? If we look over here, each coin is down a couple percent, no matter if it's a meme coin, a utility coin, a real world asset, no matter what it is down. We can see the Bitcoin dominance going up. And you can see I have some notes over here that Bitcoin dominance was needing to make a decision. If we hold this breakout over here, then we will continue to the upside, and that will bleed altcoins just a little bit more, especially if Bitcoin doesn't really hold its price. The thing is with Bitcoin right now, it is in a very, very weird area. And for me, it is big news that the markets are waiting for. The Federal Reserve cut is pretty much next week, sometime, about a week from now, where every time we get a Federal Reserve rate cut, coins pump, right? In general, the market is green. Even if the market in that week ends red because of whatever reason, the next week is always green. And historically, it's been very, very, very good for crypto. Right now, Bitcoin is holding a trend line. However, it is looking pretty weak. So there is a chance that we may go back down to 92K as the final dump before we continue going up. I know we are sick and tired of pretty much, you know, going back and forth. Technically, we are still in accumulation range, so nothing too bad. I don't think this is a top. This would be a pretty lame top. And not only that, but there's just too much bullish news surrounding Bitcoin, ETFs, and everything crypto in general that I really doubt this is the end, right? I know a lot of people are panicking, but for me, this is just the beginning. I believe the next few months are going to be amazing. And that goes back to Turbo, right? That goes back to Turbo. Yes, I know things look really red and sad right now, but we've been here before. And, there's going to be times again where things will be red for a little bit. But I do expect this to be the final, you know, pretty much dump slash situation we're really in a pickle in, or that's how it looks like. Other than that, I expect to be recovering. Right. If we do break below certain areas, then yes, for me, this meme coin is done. But like I said, trading and these cycles are a little hard sometimes because people see bias towards a certain way, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay like that, right? It's the same thing in reverse. I bet you when Turbo does recover and pumps, people will be saying, no, Turbo is going to pump forever. And that's simply just not going to be the case, right? So it's the same thing. When it's red, people think it's over. When it starts pumping, people think it's never going to go down. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.